What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Homdox 1500 PSI electric pressure washer. In the interest of full disclosure, I do need to mention that the manufacturer sent me this product for a review. That said, I don't have any further business planned with them, so I'm not exactly on the hook for anything and I'm free to review as I see fit. So without further delay, let's put her together and see how she runs. But first, let's see what comes in the box. Nice. We've got the pressure washer unit, a hose reel on top, a power scrubbing brush, the wand extension, the power unit itself, a mini foam cannon, some assembly hardware, the gun handle, and some high pressure tips. I'm really happy they've decided to include a variety of sizes for your convenience. We've got a 0, 15, 25, and 40 degree plus a soap nozzle. That said, there is no integrated soap dispenser, so I'm not exactly sure what that last one is for. To get her ready to go, we first need to perform a little bit of assembly action. First up is sliding the handle with the included hose reel on top. Then this is secured by a couple of screws, but be sure not to over tighten here as we're driving into plastic and do run the risk of stripping if we're not careful. Next, the gun handle holder just snaps on the side while the cord hanger is secured on the back of the unit with 4 screws, again driven into plastic. The short length of hose that connects the unit to the reel, the pigtail if you will, screws onto the front. I found it easiest to lay the unit flat and then press down while twisting. Nicely, we do see all metal threads here, so that's nice. As I mentioned earlier, the Homdox pressure washer does come with several things one can attach to the high pressure gun handle. The first and most obvious is the stainless steel extension. Next up is a lightweight foam cannon. And finally, we've got our power scrub brush. I've never seen this tool included with a pressure washer before, so that's kind of cool to see. The high pressure hose is of the standard black polyurethane variety. This is good if you like your hoses durable, but not so good if you like them flexible. Pick your poison. Without pulling it so tight that the unit tips over, I'm measuring a hair over 15 feet on it. To attach it to the gun, we do have a proprietary fitting. For anyone who's seen my other videos, you'll know I do prefer the more industry standard M22 hookups for parts commonality, but if this is your only machine, it should work fine. Before actually switching the unit on, you will need to ensure that you purge the lines of any air. Make sure not to skimp on this step. Running without water flowing will lead to some very nerve-wracking sounds. And with that, we're ready to give her a go. So there we are. It performs pretty much like most 120 volt electric pressure washers. Not amazing power, but certainly a lot more than you'd get otherwise. This is of course no reflection of this specific unit, just on the availability of electrons from your average household circuit. Now for our first real world test, cleaning that gray oxidized and weathered layer off the planks on my fence. And at that task, it does pretty well. Using the 25 degree tip, we're able to pretty effortlessly get the wood restain ready. Try that with a garden hose. Next up, we're going to put the mini foam cannon to work. I'm not exactly clear on the soap dosing here. I'm just going to ballpark it at a 50-50 detergent and water mix. Seems to work pretty well. As I start spraying down my truck, we see a surprising amount of foam coming out of the cannon. However, due to the relatively small size of the reservoir, I did have to stop and refill once to get the whole truck coated. After I was done sudsing it, I switched over to the high pressure 25 degree tip and rinsed it off. Basically, this is my cheap version of a touchless car wash. I think it works pretty well. Not showroom ready, but definitely good enough for the Pacific Northwest. For this task, the little Homdox performed admirably. So overall, what do we think of this budget pressure washer? Well, I really think we need to keep its price in mind and try not to compare it feature for feature with units that cost 3 times the price. Honestly, power-wise, it's right up there with more expensive units. Where I think it loses some ground is on build quality. It's very plasticky, and that's something we don't necessarily like to see. As I clean up here, you may notice that I'm not using the hose that came with this product. That's because during some routine use, it's spraying a leak. However, the manufacturer was very quick to send a replacement that appears to be of higher quality, but that doesn't really integrate with the reel. Actually, they sent two. Not sure if that was an accident or they just wanted to make sure I had a spare to head off any problems. Either way, the new one seems to be working fine. Okay, that's all I had for today. Take care.